I had a budget, which I blew, and but I did really well. Hello and welcome once again to M Cubed. I am Brian, the Motley Mix merchant. Thank you very much for dropping by. If it's the first time you're here, I'm a Canadian eBay reseller who's been doing this for about half a year now, having lots of fun and making a little bit of profit in the meantime, but mostly for fun right now, and having tons of it. I'll talk about the fun I had last night in a few moments, but thanks for dropping by. I just chronicle it all here on YouTube to show people my successes and my failures, and this week, since the last video, has been pretty successful. Had a number of sales, had a great trip to the auction house that I'll discuss in a few moments, and actually did a little bit of thrifting as well and picked up a couple of things that were pretty good price as well. So let's get into it. Normal process here is I show you what sold on eBay, then I show you what I picked up. So let's start with what sold on eBay this past week. And a number of the things are things that I've talked about on this show in the last 2 or 3 weeks. So starting off with the Mizuno Golf Club. If you remember, I mentioned this, I think it was just last video, maybe 2 videos ago. Maybe last video. Two videos ago. Picked this up for $4 Canadian at the local Goodwill. It was just in the big, they have those big cardboard buckets full of hockey sticks if you're in Canada or the area, golf clubs and baseball bats and that kind of thing. Well, I just picked this club out because it looked really, really nice. For $4, I picked it up, sold it for $35 US on a best offer counter offer. They went 30. I was asking 39. They went 30. I went 35. Because I've got free shipping on this, it's probably going to cost me in the neighborhood of $12 Canadian to ship. But, for a $4 Canadian investment to make $35 US on it, with the exchange, that's about $44, $43. So not too bad a return on a surprise find at the Goodwill. Up next is something that's been in my store since I opened my store. You want to talk about a long tail item? I think this thing was one of the first 10 items that I listed. It's the Cruel embroidery wall art, and it is a harvest. It's a harvest scene. You can see it's got the bundle of hay and the flowers and the harvest colors and that kind of thing. So perfect time right now to be selling that. And it's sold for $12.99 US plus $10 towards the shipping. It's going to be easy to ship because I'm just going to bubble wrap it and put some cardboard on the top, and then I'm going to make a cardboard fit around box to ship it off in, but it's off to New York City. I think that cost me $5. Again, I think because we're talking 6 months ago now that I picked this up at a charity yard sale. So $5 Canadian, turned it around for not much profit, but you know what? It's money coming in that can be used for other items now. Up next, a couple of items, again, probably 3 months in the store at least. These Happy Cat wine bottles. You've probably, actually, they're still over on the shelf over there. I haven't packed them up yet. The red one and the blue one as a pair cost me $1 each at the Goodwill. And I saw some at the Goodwill the other day, and they're still $1 each. But these ones hadn't sold by then, and so I'm like, I'm not gonna. These have been sitting forever. I'm not going to bother picking them up. So $14.99 for the pair, plus $10 towards the shipping, which is probably what it's going to cost. Again, this is all U.S. prices that I sell in. So with the exchange, the $10 shipping turns into about $13 Canadian, which is pretty much what it's going to cost me to ship that size of a box through my shipping service here in Canada to the U.S. Up next, I just talked about this again last episode or the episode before, might have been last episode, the Joan of Arc statue. If you remember, I had this listed for $29.99 with a plate that I've also got, which is a Joan of Arc plate. And I took it down after seeing all the interest right away, and I'm very, very glad I did. The Joan of Arc statue sold for $65.99 on its own without the plate. And that was a best offer. I had 74 on it to start, but when they offered $65.99 within about a week of it going, not even a week, 6 days of it, 5 days of it going up on the site, I took it because money in the hand is better than something you don't know. But free shipping on it. But again, it was light. So the box itself, I was able to get it under the guidelines, and probably cost me about $14 Canadian to ship. So I still probably made a good 45 to $50 profit on the Joan of Arc statue, because that cost me, if you remember, about $2 Canadian in a box lot with the plate and some other ceramics as well. So great return on the Joan of Arc statue after I realized I better do some more research and price it properly and not rip myself off, which I'm glad I did. Up next is something else from 2 or 3 videos ago from the last auction I went to before yesterday. It is the Kpop DVDs. You remember I talked about these Kpop DVDs that they put on the box lot table that nobody knew what they were, and I sort of knew. I looked them up and they were worth some money. Well, this one is, I figured out and I found out that the name of the group is Shin E. It looks like Shiny, but it's Shin E. It was a 2 DVD set of their first ever concert. I guess these guys are huge in the K-pop field, and it sold for $27 with free shipping. So you remember, I got 10 of these, total of 10 items between the CD, DVD lots, and the DVD pairs, and everything I got 10 of them for $5. So just this one DVD alone has covered my total cost on all the items, and I've probably made about $15 in profit on it as well. So the rest of them is all just going to be gravy, and I'm hoping a few of those go a lot. They're getting a lot of looks, and I don't even have international shipping on to send it back to Korea or back overseas. So this is all just from North American buyers, all the looks that they're getting, and so I'm glad I picked them up. Everybody looked at me like, everything's vintage on this table. What are you picking up these K-pop DVDs and CDs? Well, this is why. They sell. Something else I talked about in the last little while, I picked up the Royal Doulton set. It was a big box of Royal Doulton Ting dinnerware, which is the creamy colored stuff that's got the brown trim around everything. I got dinner plates, I got saucers and mugs, I got a creamer and a sugar, and I got a really huge teapot. Well, I sold the dinner plates. There were 6 dinner plates. I sold them for $25 on a best offer, plus $10 towards the shipping. They were a little heavier. I think they cost me $16 Canadian total to ship because there was only 6 of them, so I got them in a fairly small box. You know, that pays for the entire Royal Doulton lot, which I paid $12 US for. And now everything else that sells is just going to be, as I said, gravy on top. And the teapot itself is up there for $50, I think, like that, and $29 for the creamer and the sugar. So if they go for half-decent prices, making a pretty good return on the Royal Doulton Ting dinnerware. And I wasn't sure about, that's the one that I asked them to revisit. If you remember, I sort of was busy doing some work on my phone and I missed it, and they very kindly brought it back out onto the floor for bidding, and I got it as the only bidder for $15. So I want to thank my friends over at RT Auctions there in Niagara Falls for bringing that back out, because now it's nothing but profit after now. So that's the 6 things that have sold since my last video, which was just 4 days ago. So fairly good final full week of September. I'm happy. The numbers were good, of course, with the Joan of Arc statue helping that as well. But you know, the dollar amounts were good. Still only 6 items though, but it does bring my monthly total up a little bit to 15 or 16 items for the month. And money-wise, I looked at the eBay comparison that you see on your overview page on the Seller Central there, and I'm down 55% in dollar sales the last 30 days compared to the previous 30 days. So it's been a slow September, but you know what? I'm happy the way this last 5 days have gone, at least, and I'll get those things shipped out. I think 4 of them I haven't shipped out yet, so they go out on Monday. So 3 of them go out on Monday, and you know, keep plugging away and get some more things for the store and just keep listing and just keep building heading into 4th quarter. So last night I went out and got some items. I went to another auction. First time in 3 weeks that I've been to an auction, and it felt good. It was fun. You know what? You get so caught up in it. I don't know about you when you go. Leave a comment below. Have you ever? I call it auction fever. You get there and you just see these boxes keep coming out onto, especially when they have a separate box lot sale first before they get into the main auction. The boxes keep coming, and the stuff, you see the stuff in them, and like, oh, I should get that. Oh, it was fun. And you know, I had a budget, which I blew, And but I did really well. And I'll show you a couple of the things right now. I'm not going to be doing any thrifting for the next little while, as I say almost every time I go to an auction. So the next few videos will be showing you more and more of the auction lot. But right now, I want to show you a little bit of a video. This is my dining room table. As you can see, it's a little full. It's funny because my girlfriend knows when I'm planning to go to the auction because that's where I keep my death pile. The dining room table, we have another table in the kitchen that we eat at. We don't use this dining room table at all. So my girlfriend knows when I'm planning to go to the auction because I clean off my death pile. I either put it into the storage room or I list it and put it on shelves or whatever. So she knows when I'm planning to go to the auction, and I had the table cleaned off about Tuesday or so. And so last night was Thursday night. I went to the auction. The dining room table is full. As you can see, tons and tons of ceramics. Lots of teacup sets, which were purchased on purpose. Then also, that's not all of it. I've got some more stuff over in the laundry room that's still in the boxes. Overall, about 15 flats of stuff and 2 big bags. It's funny, the auction house is running out of cardboard boxes, and I do bring mine back. I'm a nice guy. I bring mine back when I go to the next auction, but I think I took most of their supplies, so I'm going to have to take these boxes back and make a special trip in to see them this week because they're running short, and I don't think I'm going to be going to an auction for a couple of weeks at least, so I'll take the boxes back. And yeah, a couple more boxes over in the laundry room with some great stuff in it, which I'll talk about piece by piece, not all of it, of course, but a little bit at a time here over the next few weeks. And yeah, it was fun. I had a great time. You know, I've sort of made the decision, and I've talked about this earlier, I've made the decision that I'm going to be trying to stick to ceramics and porcelains, whether it's figurines or dinnerware or whatever, Nippon stuff and Japan stuff. And most of that, a lot of that stuff that you saw on the dining room table is Nippon, Noritake, made in Japan, a little bit of German stuff. But yeah, a lot of vintage Japanese ceramics, figurines, plates, that kind of thing. I've done some initial light research, and yeah, some of that stuff's dating back from the 1860s, 1880s. So it's going to be fun to figure them out and clean them up and list them and take pictures, and that's what I'm going to be doing a lot of over the next few weeks to get things built up here heading towards fourth quarter. But I wanted to show you a few things. I did go thrifting, by the way, this week. Made one stop at the local Value Village. Well, if you follow my Instagram at all, you know that we were in the Value Village and then we were out of the Value Village because the fire alarm went off. So that was about a 20-minute delay in the shopping trip, just as I was about to finish. But picked up some cute things. What did I pick up? A couple of mugs that will sell well because they're stainless steel travel mugs and they're very desirable. And I'm going to show you these. I'm just going to show you these because they're cute. And everybody's off the tie bandwagon, the tie Beanie Babies, but these are Beanie Boos, as you can see by the big eyes. Tie Beanie Boos. This is Brutus and Rufus. Brutus is discontinued, retired. That's been confirmed. As you can see, both new with tags. I got both of these guys in a bag for $2.99, $3 Canadian total. That's about $2.40 US. So $1.20 each. Right now, I've got them listed as a pair for $19.99. Free shipping. That'll cost about $1. No, maybe about $5 to ship. So I just thought they were cute, and I thought this time of year somebody might like those for a gift for a young one. I had to hide them from the young ones in my house that come to visit. So I thought they were cute. Tie Beanie Boos. The Beanie Boos still sell. Brutus himself sold for $12 US on average in the last 60 days. So, you know, I put $19 with free shipping. Somebody will pick them up, I'm sure, and be very happy to have a couple of the new with tags tie Beanie Boos. That was on the thrifting trip. But now, let's get into the auction. And as I mentioned, lots of ceramic stuff. Both figurines, plates, and other stuff too. So I want to show you some of the things I got. I don't think you didn't see this in the video because it was in a bag. They were running out of boxes and I had to put all the stuff in a bag and I had to be very gentle with it. I got about 40 of these miniature horse ceramics, made in Japan. See, Japan. Yeah, I think the total is maybe 35. 25 to 28 of them are the miniatures, and then I've got 5 or 6 the big ones. Now these are vintage. These are not really old. I found an interesting thing on a website that looked at Japanese maker's marks, and this maker's mark here, you can see, and the sticker, it's gift craft or guild craft. Gift craft. Sorry, I should have known that. I knew that. Gift craft. It's a Canadian company that imports Japanese porcelain and ceramic figures, but it's been around since the 1940s. So this is probably, I'm going to say 60s, maybe 70s, but 60s is most likely. I've got 3 that are exactly the same as this. Beautiful condition. I mean, I'm going to clean it up a little bit. It's a little dusty. But, yeah, tons of the ceramic horses. And these little ceramic guys, I'll probably put a few of them together as a lot at a time, 5 to 10 at a time. They can go upwards of $20 to $30. But they also sell individually. If they're a good one, they sell individually for $10 to $15. So, for the number that I have, it's a pretty good return on what was a grand total of $6 in the box lots. So I'll see what I can do with the porcelain Japanese miniature horses and see. I'll let you know when they sell. As I say, not if they sell, when they sell. All right. Now, also at the auction, what they do is they have the table. If nobody bids on something, they put it off onto a rolling shelf to take it away at the end. But if it's on the rolling shelf, it's still live. So if they take it off the table, if you bid at least $3, you can take something that's on one of the side tables if you missed it, or if you just came in late, or if you realize there's something in the box that you really want. Well, the next 2 things I'm going to show you were in a box that were on the table, and everybody kept bidding things up because they kept putting some really good stuff out last night on the table. So bids got up to $5, $8, $10. I didn't want to pay that much for the box lots of unknown. I mean, you see it, but I wasn't sure exactly how much I was going to get for it. Well, this box went over to the side, and I looked it up because I knew the brand, and I'm glad I did, because for my $3 bid, at a time when there wasn't really much else on the table that people were bidding for, I got a box that contained, among other things, these beauties. These are, of course, if you know ceramics at all, especially Canadian ceramics, these are Blue Mountain pottery, it's called. Telltale green drip glaze with the black always on the bottom, and they do red, they do other colors, but green is the telltale sign that this is Blue Mountain pottery. This is going to go probably for $10 to $15, although if you can see it there on the shelf, the top shelf right behind me, right there, that is something I showed months and months ago. It is a Blue Mountain pottery shell trinket dish. I may put that together with this and sell them for $20 plus shipping. And then this goes upwards of $25, $25 to $30 US. So I will, of course, put shipping on that, being the state that it's in ceramic-wise. But, the other thing is, it was in the video, and it was in the laundry room part of the video. There is a box that had 4 wine glasses in it. Well, those wine glasses are beautiful, beautiful crystal, and very light crystal. And I'm trying through the Facebook group right now to figure out the pattern. I have looked at hundreds and hundreds of pages of crystal patterns on replacements.com, and I can't figure out the exact pattern. It looks like one of the crystal dark mystique patterns, but it's not exactly the same. And all the different houses, all the different crystalware companies put the same type of design on a lot of their wine glasses. And so it's been really, really tough. But those crystal wine glasses, they should go in the $25 range as well. So for $3, I'm thinking I'm going to get about between $60 and $75 return, depending what the final price is on these items. So I'm glad I revisited that box that had been taken off of the auction lot table. All right, two things together to show you at one time. Now, as I mentioned, this is what I think I'm going to be getting into here. Clanky clank, clanky clank. Teacups. Good quality, name brand, like Royal Doulton, Royal Albert, that kind of thing. Teacups. Now let me show you this one first. This is a double handle. Not nervous at all. Can't hear me shaking at all. Double handle. It is Haviland Limoges. That's how I say it. I do have some French education back in my high school days, so I think it's pronounced Limoges. It's Haviland brand, Haviland design, double handle. They tried to get a patent on the double handle. I don't know if they ever did. I haven't researched that yet. But this one actually, now that I think about it, this was from the same thrift shop as the Thai Beanie Boos. I got this for $3 at the thrift store. I saw it on the shelf and I said, $3? You got to be kidding me. So picked that up for $3. It should go the $20 range, $15 to $20 range, I'm thinking. So that's the kind of thing I'm looking for. If I can do a $10 profit, that's what I'm looking for. $10 plus profit on each teacup set, and I'll be very, very happy. Now this one, it appears that my local auction house has bought out a vendor at an antique market, maybe the one I was at a month ago, because there's still prices on a lot of the items. Not the prices we paid, but these are the prices that were listed at the antique market, and it even says dealer number 1. So when somebody was checking out, dealer number 1 would get the credit for the sale. This is Shelley teacup set. Shelley is a very, very desirable British ceramic teacup manufacturer. And the price on here that they were asking in the antique store, which is maybe why they're out of business, because they couldn't sell things, $115. $115 was the asking price for this teacup set. Now, I paid up for this. I saw this in the preview pictures on the auction house website, and I looked it up, and I knew what these were worth. I paid up for this. I ended up paying $14 Canadian for this teacup set. It's about 12 US, maybe 11.50 US. This should realistically, not $115, this should realistically go between $45 and $60 US. It is in perfect shape. There are no chips or cracks. It is the very desirable, this is called a delicate pattern when it has the flower type on the top. It's called delicate. But yeah, I was very happy to get that. I bid it up a little bit because I wanted it. I wanted to try it. A little higher end teacup set. So I'll let you know how that goes because it should sell. It's very desirable. I think the sell-through rate's really good on the Shelley teacup sets. So we'll see. I'll let you know, as I always do, when I make a sale and how much it goes for and how much I paid for it. So leave a comment below. What's the best profit item you've ever found? The smallest amount that you paid for something and got the biggest return. Not something free, something you paid for, whether at an auction or a thrift store or wherever. I want to see the comments below. What's the cheapest item you've ever purchased that sold for the most amount of money? I love seeing those kinds of stories. So let's see yours down below in the comments. If you like this video, gave you any kind of information that you thought was useful, please hit the like button. It definitely gives the video traction and lets other people who are searching for thrifting type videos find it. And if you want to follow along on the entire journey, please be sure to hit the subscribe button, then the bell to be notified every time a new episode is uploaded. So I've got some work to do. I have some ceramics to clean and picture taking and listing, and I gotta go. Thanks for dropping by. I'll see you soon on another episode of M Cubed. Cheers.